Good Friday morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here at 7 o'clock on The Wax. It's July 25th. I'm Caitlin Francis.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on The Wax, and we appreciate that. Today is a first alert weather day, so let's head right over to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi. We'll get the details on why we issued this alert. So it's not only for the heat, right? Something else is brewing.
It is. It's those thunderstorms today. Now, not everybody will see them, but still, you're talking the people that do, or the towns that do, it could be quite impactful with some damaging wind gusts, some heavy rain, and of course that frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. Right now, though, it's beautiful out there. So if you're taking your boat out, say 2, 3 o'clock, that's when you're going to want to take a look towards the northern sky, or even be back at the marina, because that's when those storms will really start to come through anytime after 2 or 3 this afternoon. First alert weather day, that's for the heat, the humidity, and those storms, some of which are strong to locally severe. Now this afternoon, as mentioned, the biggest threats: lightning, some strong gusty winds, heavy rain, and maybe some small hail as well. Everybody sees, though, the heat advisory today. This is for, feels like temperatures up and over 100 degrees. Looks pretty good out there right now, though. You can see there's a couple clouds, but other than that, it's not bad out there. 75 degrees in New London, 77 now in New Haven, 73 in Meriden, and 75 degrees in Hartford. These temperatures, they're climbing, and they're climbing quickly. And so will these numbers. These are your dew points climbing into the 70s, eventually mid and upper 70s, making it feel quite humid out there. Now your feels like trend, notice by 2 o'clock, we're talking it feels like temperature possibly 102, maybe 103 before those storms come in and cool things off. It's not an all-day thing, and once these storms come through, temperatures cool. We actually end up seeing the sun, at least by sunset, coming in around 8 p.m. today. First Alert Live radar does scan the state completely dry, but if you're heading to the beach, as mentioned, just keep an eye to the northern sky. Temperatures are hot, even along the shoreline. Check that out, 95 degrees is the air temperature today in Milford. High tide comes in late morning and early afternoon. We're going to detail, though, exactly what you can expect in terms of the timing, as well as another First Alert weather day on Sunday. That's ahead. Your First Alert forecast. Good morning, Kate.
All right, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Let's get you a check on those roads. Heading out the door, maybe you're heading to work, bringing the kids to summer camp on your Friday morning. Maybe you're heading to the shoreline. State parks and beaches will be very busy. Expect some delays along 95 through that stretch. We're taking a live look right now, though, in Hartford, 91 north and southbound, right by exit 32A and B. A live look in Waterbury, 84 east and westbound, by the Mixmaster, in Berlin along Route 9, and in Meriden along 691, right by the 91 interchange. We've got a lot of daytime construction work that we are expecting to pick up just shortly from now. About 8:30 to 9 o'clock is when we see the majority of that, and it's abundant. So watch out for those active work zones throughout the day as you're getting ready to be out and about. Give those crews a lot of space. It's going to be very hot on the pavement. But again, right now, crash and incident free. We're really not dealing with significant delays either. You can see Friday is typically quieter than the rest of the week. 95 southbound to the George Washington Bridge, about a little more than a 70-minute ride there. The rest of the state, though, moving along. Pretty light traffic volume as you are waking up. That's a quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
We're on top of some breaking news right now in Hartford. That's where police are searching for answers after 2 people were shot on the north end overnight.
Your reporter Roger Suzanne joins us now live right outside of police headquarters. Roger, good morning. We've been working all morning to learn about this developing situation. So what do we know right now about the victims and that suspect?
Yeah, good morning. It is a complicated situation, and it was initially very challenging for investigators because when they first arrived at the scene, the victims along with the shooter had disappeared. But then everything changed when 2 men came into the hospital who had been shot on their own power, and now the search for that shooter continues. I do want to take you to the crime scene now. This all played out late last night in Hartford's North End. Police got an alert from their shot spotter system along Albany Avenue, and they did find clear evidence that a shooting had taken place. But while they were there at that scene, 2 victims showed up at the hospital. The good news, they were conscious and they were alert, but the investigation, of course, continued this morning. I do want you to take a look at a map that we made of the area. So we're at the police department this morning, which is less than a mile from where this all went down. The crime scene itself is also within walking distance of Duncan Park, where the Yard Goats, of course, play, along with a bunch of bars and restaurants. And of course, we are continuing to ask police for more information about this crime, including the condition of the victims. As soon as we get that information, we'll share it with you right away. Reporting in Hartford, outside police headquarters, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Roger, thank you. A veteran police officer is finding himself on the other side of the law this morning Stamford officer Gregory Zach was arrested for domestic violence. He's on paid leave right now. Details on that incident remain sealed, but we've learned he's charged with strangulation and assault. He's been a member of the department for 20 years.
An update for you now this morning as we're learning more about that deadly motorcycle crash along 95 in Stonington. Police say the motorcycle rider who was killed was trying to make a getaway after robbing a bank. Stonington police tell us Sean Toomey stole money from the Chelsea Groton Bank right before the crash. About 15 minutes later, he slammed into the back of a tractor trailer and then died on the scene. Police still investigating. We've also learned this morning the FBI is now involved.
One person is dead after a crash on 84 West in Middlebury. Pinpoint News Tracker here takes you to the location. Police say 39-year-old Jeffrey LePage of Plantsville went off the road, crashed into some boulders near Benson Road. No one else was hurt. State police are trying to figure out exactly what happened here.
Leaders in West Haven are investing money to help make the city safer. They say they are looking to add more cameras as well as a system that would allow first responders to look through all of those cameras in real time. West Haven's mayor says 80% of the upgrades are being paid for by grants. Some people, though, in the city say they already feel safe and worry these cameras could change the energy.
Well, after a similar decision by Connecticut Children's, another local hospital is dropping gender-affirming care amid pressure from the federal government. Yale New Haven Hospital announced it's going to eliminate medication treatment for patients under the age of 19. Back in January, the Trump administration issued an executive order to end gender care programs across the country, threatening federal funding if hospitals didn't comply. A federal judge blocked that order, but we did report yesterday about Connecticut Children's making a similar announcement to wind down their gender care. As temperatures continue to rise here, our First Alert weather team coverage continues this morning. Yeah,
team coverage here. Your reporter Marcy Jones has more from Savin Rock State Park in West Haven.
Good morning. Well, as you know, it is still a little bit chilly here just because we're in the shade and the sun hasn't fully risen yet, but that will not be the case all day long. We know that temperatures are expected to soar into the 90s, especially here at places like Savin Rock Beach. That's exactly why health experts are urging everyone to take heat safety really seriously. The risk is real for everyone, but especially for infants, older adults, people with chronic illnesses, and even our four-legged friends. Extreme heat can lead to heat exhaustion, or worse if you're not careful. To stay cool, stick to air-conditioned areas if possible. Dress in lightweight clothing. Avoid doing strenuous activities outside during peak sun hours. Try mornings or evenings. And if you are hitting the beach or pool, take frequent breaks in the shade. Staying hydrated is crucial. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, especially if you're working or exercising outside. Experts recommend 2 to 4 cups every hour. Skip the alcohol and sugary drinks, which can make dehydration worse. And if you're looking for a spot to get a little relief from the heat, text or call 211 for the nearest cooling center by you. Your reporter in West Haven, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
So an important reminder here.
Yep, it's a good time to talk to you about those hot cars. It can be deadly for everybody, kids included, including your pets. Doctors at Yale Children's Hospital say within just 15 minutes, a car can actually heat up to 150 degrees, and on average, 38 people die every single year in hot cars. So we say it all the time, never leave your kids or pets in a hot vehicle.
Well, today pools in Waterbury will be open a little bit longer to help you beat the heat. They're closing at 8 o'clock tonight to give you an extra 90 minutes to cool off.
All right, very good. The second straight day that they've been doing this. You can call 211 as well if you are looking to find a cooling center.
Some big news here for parents of young kids. State leaders are setting aside money to help fund the largest expansion of education for young kids in our state's history. They created an early childhood endowment yesterday. State leaders say it will allow tens of thousands of more kids to enroll for free in early education. It benefits families that make under $100,000 a year. And the Connecticut Sun are staying in our state for another year. They announced that they'll play at Mohegan Sun through 2026.
All right, this comes after the owners hired an investment bank to explore the idea of selling the team. The Sun played at Mohegan Sun last night. They lost to the LA Sparks.
Well, this morning our search continues here for Connecticut's best hot dog.
All right, Augie and Ray's Drive-In of East Hartford won yesterday's match, and so now we're looking forward.
Yeah. So they beat Harry's Place of Colchester, and now the voting will continue next week when Missy's Top Dog in Portland faces off Monday against Glenwood Drive-In in Hamden.
All right, when Monday's voting gets underway, you can just head to the website or the mobile app, click on Vote Now, and you can start doing so right at 4:30 Monday morning.